House Draft 1 relating to new renewable energy. Representative Thielen.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm rising to speak against the bill, and I would like to explain why.
Please proceed in opposition.
Thank you. Mr. Speaker, House Bill 2417 is going to limit the availability of the Hawaii Renewable Energy Technologies income tax credit to 1 credit per property for both residential and commercial. The credit has helped a substantial number of families and businesses to afford the high upfront investment in solar. Without this credit, per system, families and businesses won't be able to afford photovoltaic. I really like to call this the photovoltaic for millionaires only bill, because what it does is it places photovoltaic out of reach of the regular family in our islands. When we had a credit that was $5,000 per system, then the photovoltaic systems became more reasonable and homeowners could afford to buy them. They still would not recoup or be able to be on the plus side of their expenditure for maybe 6 or 7 years, and they would have to pay the full upfront amount for the photovoltaic system. That made it quite expensive. It's very much going to damage our solar and industries in Hawaii, and it can set back our efforts to achieve the 70% clean energy by 2030. The Sierra Club, for example, testified on this bill that, as we all know, Hawaii depends on oil, imported oil, for nearly 90% of its energy needs. And of course, this dependence results in the outflow of money out of the state, not circulating within the state. It just leaves and goes to foreign countries to pay to bring in that polluting oil. Also, the Solar Energy Industries Association submitted testimony at the hearing, and they stated that the tax credits pertaining to each system has created hundreds, if not thousands, of jobs for Hawaii's workers. Now, these are from electricians, panel installers, sales, marketing professionals, to engineers and accountants. If House Bill 2417 is passed, those jobs are going to be lost. And our solar and photovoltaic industry is going to just plummet and disappear. The change envisioned by 2417 is way too abrupt, and it's going to disrupt the market to a significant degree. According to the State of Hawaii Energy Resource Coordinator's annual report by Department of Business and Economic Development and Tourism, it states, by 2010, 4,336 renewable energy systems were installed statewide with a total capacity of 28.7 megawatts. Now go back to 2005 before we had this credit. Only 30 renewable energy systems with a total capacity of 166 kilowatts were installed in 2005. But you fast forward with the credit, and in 2010, we have the 2,188 systems installed statewide with a capacity of 12.3 megawatts, and that's in 2010 alone. What has happened for Hawaii, we have been ranked second in the nation in installed photovoltaic capacity by 2010 by the Interstate Renewable Energy Council. The tax credits are a very key amount, Mr. Speaker, a very key factor to these photovoltaic systems. Where you're going to find your homeowner is not going to make that stretch and probably borrow the money to be able to pay for the photovoltaic system. if there's only a single tax credit for that tax map key. Up till now, the companies have worked with the Department of Taxation. Department of Taxation said if you need 1, 2, or possibly 3 systems for that house to achieve your objective of providing the energy for that home, that dwelling, then you get a tax.
Representative Ward,
Speaker, I yield my time.
please proceed. Representative Thielen.
You get a tax credit per system. And Department of Taxation and the industry, the photovoltaic industry, have been working together on this. No one's pulling a scam. Or if there's 1 or 2 scammers, we don't overreact by killing the entire industry. Mr. Speaker, in addition to calling this bill photovoltaic for millionaires only, I'd like to call it the Hawaiian Electric windfall bill. And I really believe what this is doing is stopping our average homeowners from putting in photovoltaic systems, and Hawaiian Electric will cheer all the way to the bank because it then forces those homeowners to pay the unseemly high utility bills that they now have to pay because those homeowners won't be able to put in photovoltaic systems. We know Hawaiian Electric doesn't like the photovoltaic system and the homeowner being able to go virtually off-grid and have an $18 a month bill. So I don't see why we should pander to Hawaiian Electric and its desire to have profits for its shareholders, and I don't see why we should hurt the average homeowner and leave photovoltaic as an elitist technology available for millionaires. I firmly, firmly, firmly oppose this bill. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any further discussion? Representative Takano.